going to be a battle using chemistry, experience, and volleyball savvy. Welcome to the 2013 Superliga Grand Prix featuring some of the country's best players and rising stars. Yung ating mga matches today. First up in the women's division, the Cagayan Valley Lady Rising Suns going up against TMS Army, the Lady Troopers. And second in our schedule, the Signal HD Spikers going up against the Petron Blades Spikers. In the men's division, the Gilligan Sisig Kings going up against PLDT My DSL Speed Boosters, all at the San Juan Arena. Thank you so much for joining us in this exclusive coverage of Solar Sports. James Velasquez on hand, and join me in welcoming to the broadcast panel, Miss Chicky Pablo.
Thank you, James. Good afternoon to all our viewers, the volleyball fans.
And of course, makikita natin dito, Chicky, some of the most exciting names coming into these teams. Of course, we have a veteran team like TMS Army still intact, and a lot of new faces para dito naman sa Cagayan Valley Rising Suns. Head-to-head, let's refresh our memory during the eliminations in the other conference. July 7, 2013, Cagayan Valley drawing first blood, winning 3-2. Pero no July 26, 2013, TMS Army got back at them with a 3-2 victory. But eventually, TMS Army became the PSL Season 1 champion.
That's right. And you know, I think today it will really be a good match because the TMS Army Lady Troopers are really going to maintain their position here as the best team in PSL, while the Cagayan Valley Rising Suns, they are really going to try and redeem themselves. You know, so this is going to be such an exciting match this afternoon.
I agree. The best player dun sa panalo ng last game ng TMS Army Lady Troopers 3-1 against RC Cola was Jacqueline Alarca. 11 points, 4 attacks, 4 blocks, 3 serves. An all-around effort for her.
That's right. So Jacqueline Alarca is known to be a very good attacker, known since her UAAP days.
At makikita din natin, of course, in the other team, the Cagayan Valley Rising Suns, there's an important element here na they are bringing in new faces and a new dimension to their offense here in the PSL.
That's right. New faces because we have Juanita Cotruang and April Jose who are joining them for this season.
And nakikita din natin the stats of the other players for the Cagayan Lady Rising Suns. Let's welcome the third member of our broadcast panel, Ms. Ricky Flores, with the best players of both teams.
I feel very, very honored, James. Thank you very much. First off, I have with me from the Cagayan team, we have Pao Soriano. Pao, tell me, the last time we talked during opening day when you guys won, I asked you about adjustments that you had to make, and you complained about the gelling of your team. Has that improved at all?
Oo, sobra. Kasi ang tagal din nung duration ng training namin bago tong match na to. So, malaki talaga yung naging improvement. Saka yung communication namin, yun talaga yung sinasabi sa amin ni Coach Ness.
Great, thank you very much. I cannot wait to see you guys in action. We also have from the TMS Army team, you know what, Jack, congratulations first on your win. You gave the first set to RC Cola, but then you swept it all after that. May mga adjustments pa ba kayo na kailangan gawin for this game?
Last game kasi medyo slow start kami. Siguro ang adjustment na gagawin namin, kailangan sa umpisa pa lang talaga ibigay na namin yung best namin and less errors talaga.
Okay, thank you very much, Jack. It's going to be an exciting game. James and Chicky.
Thank you, Ricky. It's a battle between two teams. One team looking for chemistry, one team loaded with experience. TMS Army versus Cagayan Valley next. First set about to go underway mula po dito sa San Juan Arena. You are watching the 2013 Philippine Superliga Grand Prix exclusively brought to you by Solar Sports. James Velasquez on hand with Chicky Pablo. First match, the Lady Rising Suns from Cagayan Valley going up against TMS Army, the Lady Troopers here in the PSL Grand Prix. And of course, Chicky, we mentioned at the top of the coverage that TMS Army has a huge edge in terms of experience and chemistry because these ladies have been playing with each other for the longest time.
That's right.
On the other side of the floor, Cagayan Valley will be welcoming a lot of new faces to their squad, and those are things that coaches really have to consider whenever they field their team in. Which combination plays well together, the needs of your team when you consider the opponent, And all of these, of course, make up for a very competitive ball game.
Right, that's right. The good thing about the TMS Lady Troopers is that they've been training together for 5 years already. I mean, it's off and on the floor, volleyball court, because they're actually, most of them are enlisted also in the Philippine Army. So they train together in the Army, and they train as well for volleyball, for PSL. And then for the Cagayan Rising Suns, well, this is a team that we should really look out for, because even if they have new players in their team, these individual players are very good in their field. Let's say Kotruang. She's slowly becoming a darling of the crowd because of her powerful spikes. And when she receives, you should really see her receptions, because they go directly to the tosser.
And speaking of tossers, you know, both teams, of course, with excellent setters as well. This is a crucial part of volleyball when you have talented scorers on your team.
Right.
It's a good problem to have, you know? You have a lot of options.
Yeah, you have to decide who to give it to. But you know the good thing about the Cagayan Rising Suns, if you'd notice, April Jose, sometimes she tosses the ball kneeling down on the floor. I've seen her so many times do it, probably because Nes Pamilar is one of the best volleyball tossers in the country, and that's their coach. And so, you know, being mentored by him is an honor.
And usually that's what happens. You take after the character and the play of your coach.
That's right. You really look after him and you try to imitate him in all his ways.
Of course, this is also a classic matchup between Coach Rico de Guzman from TMS Army, Coach Nes Pomilar from Cagayan Valley. And we are waiting for the starting lineups from both squads. You look at some of the key players that are about to be introduced. You're looking at the Lady Rising Suns.
Picture muna sila.
Yes, of course. Very important, you know?
Very important, yeah.
Very important.
So they can also show their children, hey, look, I was in the PSL second season.
Unfortunately, I will never get that feeling, you know. Masaya na ako dito sa sa panel.
Kailangan may picture din tayo mamaya.
Usually pag may ganyan teams, I take pictures with them, you know. Kasi I will never get that feeling. You know, like Chicky Pablo who played in college, in elementary. You know.
Saka after work.
Kahit
Also.
feeling athlete man lang ako. Feeling athlete. Okay na, I'm happy with that.
Okay. Ito naman ang TMS naman ang magpipicture-picture. Very important part.
And you mentioned, Chicky, that they've been they train together, not just volleyball-wise, but also as part of the Army because they're enlisted. It's like double the conditioning.
Double the conditioning and toughness of mind. Diba? If you're in the Army, talagang you get to be trained not to fear, not to get rattled.
What to do in the face of pressure.
Right. So they apply that here. That's why it's a formidable team. That's why this is going to be a really good game this afternoon.
The TMS Army, a lot of notable names like Mary Jean Balse, Christina Salak, Rachel Antakis, the imports as well.
You know, there are at least 7 here who have been in the national team. So it's a really, really good team.
And the starters are about to be introduced in the PSL 2013 Grand Prix.
First referee, Mr. Felipe Sison, international referee. Second referee, Mr. Efren Ga, international referee. And now, it is time to introduce your starting lineup. First, for your Cagayan Valley Rising Suns, starting with number 17, Juanita Quadruang. Number 1, April Jose. Number 15, Gwyneth Eulalio. Number 14, Pachari Sangmuang. Number 8, and team captain, Aiza Maizo Pondillas. Number 4, Pau Soriano. Libero, number 13, Jen Reyes. Head coach is Coach Nes Pamilar. And now, your starting lineup for the TMS Philippine Army Lady Troopers, starting with number 7 team captain Tina Sala, number 6 Jack Alarca, 16 Wang Tonglang Wanichaya, number 8 Jovelyn Gonzaga, number 5 Mary Game Balse, and number 9 Michelle Carolino. Liberos, number 15 Yuki Murakoshi, and head coach is Coach Rico de Guzman.
Familiar lineup para dito sa TMS Army. You have Balse, Alarca, Salak, Gonzaga, Carolino, Yuki Murakoshi, the libero, and Peng Wanechaya starting out for them. For the Lady Rising Suns, April Jose, Pao Soriano, Aiza Maizo Fontillas, Jen Reyes, Pachali Sanswang, and Juanita Cotruang, their import. Our officials for this first matchup, Felipe Siso and Efren Gaa, calling the action for us. And here we go, first set about to go underway. TMS Army and Cagayan Valley.
And the first serve will be Tina Salak of the TMS Army Lady Troopers.
First serve, Tina Salak.
And Salak on deck to serve to open our matchup here in the 2013 PSL Grand Prix. Thank you so much to the people who are joining us here in the San Juan Arena. For those of you watching over at Solar Sports.
Here we go. That's a sure serve.
Jose with the setup. Cross court. They try to drop it over. Jose, another one. Softer shot and could not be defended. Smart shot there by Cagayan Valley.
That was a good tip by by number 14 of Cagayan, Samswang Pachari, who went over the blocks.
And early on, nakikita natin ito si April Jose wanting to set up her main lady in San Juan.
That's right. Oh, there's a violation at the net. So
Caught
that point,
overreaching, I think.
yeah, so that point goes to Cagayan.
April Jose back on deck to serve. Good reception, the setup. Peng Wanechaya, that's too strong on that one.
Yeah, that was too strong, although that was a good reception by Carolino.
And early here in the first set, we can see both teams taking care of their service. Good receptions on both sides. Just
I saw that coming. I think she released the ball too low.
so first service error para dito sa, or was that a service error?
Oh,
She goes
apparently
back.
there is a violation.
Ah, okay, so check that. A violation on the part of TMS Army. Jose will get another serve. Setup job. Attack down the middle.
Ooh.
Gonzaga.
Powerful attack.
Free ball. Ibinalik sa Army. Another attack, but too strong.
Yeah, too strong. Good play, but it was just a little bit too strong.
And you know, for a veteran team like TMS Army, this is probably just nerves shaking it off to start the matchup. And when they settle in, that's when you'll see how TMS Army really plays.
Yeah, it's just too early to tell.
They float it over. Good dig. Wanechaya again, and finally gets the point.
Wanechaya off the block. No, that was correct. I'm correcting myself. That's through the block.
You know, I love it when players really challenge the net defense. Tulad ng
Yeah.
ginawa dito ni Peng Wanechaya. But let's see you stop this.
Yeah. There's Jack Alarca with a serve.
Jose with the back set. Sang Wong. Oh, look at that.
Ooh, that was a double because she didn't really block that ball. So it was two consecutive receives by Balse.
And Cagayan Valley building an early 6-1 lead. 6 serving 1.
We have Eulalio.
Good reception. Setup job. Blocked up top. Great net defense by Cagayan.
Ooh.
Playing Chaya. Try to go soft. Maizo!
As usual, Maizo with a powerful hand. You can always expect that from her.
And team captain Aiza Maizo Fontillas testing the floor defense of TMS Army. They lead 7-1.
Army needs to pick up the pace here with 7-1.
Back set. Good reception though, or a good dig by Cagayan Valley. A little off tempo, another setup job. Balsa this time, couldn't find an opening. Jose with a back set. Good rally developing here, but Chaya attacking the back line.
That wasn't really a hit, that was a really powerful push. There was a dink really, more than a hit.
So
It's a
more
good
than the
thought.
full force hits,
Yeah.
yung mga little adjustments like that. The
Little,
ding,
yeah.
when you float it over, really gets the defense off their feet.
Because she saw that spot over there and she wanted that.
Quick setup job.
Nice toss.
Carolino. Jose with a jump set. And finally, another point by Cagayan Valley going off the blocker for the score. Back in a moment. Eight to 2 is the score, an early lead built up by the Cagayan Valley Lady Rising Suns, the more aggressive team here in the first set.
Yeah, and to think the Vaquero is not playing yet because of an arm injury. They had to remove dead ligaments from her arm
Wow.
for overuse.
This shows you that you really have to rest, but Cagayan Valley still finding ways to score.
Regalo kasi yun eh, kaya narigaluhan tuloy sila ng bola.
It's almost Christmas. So
Oo, kaya advanced gift yan.
9 serving 2. Chaya almost mishandles it. Carolino winding that up. Jose with a back set.
Oh!
And Cagayan Valley still very aggressive, going off tempo now on their offense.
That's right. You know what? Just a little tidbit about Yuki, number 15, the libero of TMS Lady Troopers. I talked to their coach earlier, and he said that she's actually still adjusting to the climate because right now it's Burr, so it's winter in Japan, and here it's very hot, so that's a lot of adjustment for her. And that could really affect her game.
Joven and Gonzaga says, well, so you're still adjusting, Yuki. I got this. And she got the score there.
And she got it.
3 serving 10. Set up job by Jose. Tried to go off the blocker. Yuki with an excellent dig. Chaya from the back line. Jump set. Carolino blocked up top.
That was a good block by Maizo.
And Cagayan Valley also showing splendid net defense early here in the first set.
That's right. You know, a team should really have a good blocking component because that emphasizes their defense.
Good block by Balse. Cagayan on the attack and another block by Balse.
Hindi pwede. Tama na, sabi ni Ging Balse.
And this is what we were talking about early in the coverage. When TMS Army finally wakes up, you'll see what they can do, especially defensively at the net.
Correct. Lalo na kay Balse.
All right, let's turn it over to Ricky Flores. Go ahead, Ricky.
Now, I was able to pick Coach Rico de Guzman's brain about his thoughts on today's game, and he's actually sounded very confident. His intact team is very familiar with not only Cagayan's style of play, but with their imports as well. And the only thing he wants his girls to be mindful of is their service receive, and the rest should follow, he says. Now, if you guys are watching TMS Army, this TMS Army team for the first time, Coach Rico is very proud of import Peng Chaya and her added offense to the team. So once she gets going, that should be something to look out for. James and Chicky?
Excellent report. Thank you, Ricky. At yun yung lagi sinasabi ng mga coaches, Chicky.
Yeah.
Receive muna tayo.
Correct.
Mamaya nyo na isipin yung opensa nyo.
That's right. Very important na merong reception. Otherwise, you can't have a good attack. Ooh! There's a slight miscommunication there by Cotruang and Eulalio.
Chaya goes back the
Ooh,
line.
buhay pa!
But they keep the ball alive.
Oh,
The
wala
point
na.
finally goes. There's a violation at the net. Of 4 touches, rather.
That's right.
And just on cue,
So,
Penguin
eto na.
Chaya making Ricky Flores look excellent after her report.
That's right.
6 serving 12.
Ooh, that was long. You know, services are very important because you give away points if the service doesn't go in.
On deck, Juanita Cotruang. Good reception there by TMS Army. And the call, point will go to TMS Army.
Another violation by Cagayan Rising Suns. So TMS is slowly catching up.
And that's the key there, slowly, surely,
Yeah.
doing it defensively at the net as well. Oh, Yuki
Wow.
almost got to that one.
Did you see how that spike by Cagayan Sansmuang
Yeah.
medyo mahirap
You can do
sabihin.
this, you can do this.
Talagang iniwasan niya yung blocks.
And that's another art that spikers really have to master. It's not all about power, it's about placement.
Kailangan babasahin mo yung mga blockers.
And my many conversations about volleyball with Miyaka Lim,
Yeah.
who also does work for the Volleyball Grand Prix.
Yes.
Yung adjustment mo in mid-air for
Yeah, you do that,
attackers,
you do that.
she says that it's a really huge weapon for any open spiker.
That's why, you know, when you train, meron tayong mga exercises to jump high and to stay long in the air. Another one by Wanichaya down the line. Awesome hit there.
So Balse early on was doing it defensively at the net, and now Penguin and Shaya seems to have found her groove. 8-15, TMS Army slowly but surely catching up.
Good serve by Alarca.
Saimwang. Floating shot at the net. The
Ooh,
captain,
did you
Aiza
see that?
Portillas, hand tie move at
That's
the
good.
net. 16-8 Cagayan with the lead. Back in a moment. Maraming salamat po for joining us here at the San Juan Arena. You're watching the 2013 Superliga Grand Prix, brought to you exclusively by Solar Sports. James Velasquez on hand, Chicky Pablo and Ricky Flores at courtside. 16-8 lead by Cagayan Valley. Aiza Maizo leading the way for them. And how are they able to build this up?
Well, you know what? It really starts with communication in the court. You can see that they're very comfortable with each other. They know each other, the game. Parang isang tingin lang, alam na nila yung kilos ng teammate nila eh. And also they have really good receptions. Except for that one. And so if you have a good reception, you have a good toss, and automatically you have a good spike.
Eulalia will sit down for Cagayan Valley. On deck to serve, Penguin and Chaya. And surprisingly, we were expecting the communication going TMS Army's way. As Penguin and Chaya with the first service ace of the game for TMS Army. We didn't expect that from a team like Cagayan. Although they're a very good team, you would say the chemistry would go the way of TMS Army.
That's right. I don't know what's going on with TMS Army. Maybe it's siesta time. Kaya medyo kailangan magising-gising sila.
Maizo going
Like
down
that
the
one.
line.
Down the line. You know, they should have followed that ball instead of just looking and, you know, assuming that it was out.
When you're going for a good dig, Chicky,
Yeah.
is it more anticipation? What is it?
It's actually a read, a good read. That's why you have to stay low on court. You have to bend so that you can see where the ball is going to go.
Free ball. Carolino went off the blocker. Ball still in play. Maizo floats it up.
Good adjustment by Maiza there.
Cagayan fighting for it.
Nice, mabol.
Balse off tempo. Jose with a setup job. Long rally developing here.
That's right.
Backside Gonzaga. Got blocked and blocked.
Gonzaga was blocked by Cagayan's Cotruang and Pao Soriano.
And an excellent stop at the net by Cagayan. They are still in the lead 18-10 against TMS Army, and a timeout is called on the floor.
Guys, hindi tayo makakahatak
Let's listen in.
spiker niyan. Kung ang approach natin, alanganin. Tuloy natin kahit hindi tayo bibigyan ng bola. Tuloy pa rin, malaking bagay yan. Makahatak tayo ng blocker sa kabila. Lalo yung nag-ahabol tayo, 8. Papatay tayo ng 2, bibigay natin sa kabila ng useless, sayang.
And you heard coach there, he said that yung approach daw nila masyadong tentative, alanganin, kailangan mas confident, attack sila. At matagal pa naman yan, kaya pa namang humabol. Yeah, that's what I noticed about them. Parang medyo off sila sa attacks nila ngayon.
Back set. Gonzaga went off the blocker. Jose, excellent dig.
Oh, I thought she was going to toss the ball. Wow, that was a good play.
Off-tempo attack, received well. Balse with a block up top. Ball still in play.
Ooh, there was a tip there. Her Kotruang's spikes or attacks are really very powerful. It really needs to be blocked.
9-point lead now for Cagayan. Good sharp serve, but
Good
went to Chaya
reception.
with a good reception. Carolino blocked up top. Off-tempo attack, Salak read it well. Here's Carolino looking for an opening. And there's the mid-air adjustment that we were talking about.
That's right. Akala mo malakas yung palo, tapos biglang she played with a block.
Pinaasa niya yung blocker, so to speak.
So to speak, yeah. Tapos
okay,
kinabig niya.
I like this. I'm learning more from you as we go along.
That's
you know?
good.
Yeah. 11 serving 19. TMS Army still trying to work their way back.
You have Eris Eratay about to serve. Nice serve, steady.
Maizo. But good dig. Cross-court set. Carolino.
Oh, that's good. Oh, mahataw na sila ngayon. Let's see kung makakahabol sila. There's Eratay with her serve again.
And you can even hear the bench of TMS Army really egging their teammates on.
That's right.
As play continues. Oh, they tried to surprise them with a quick setup job and an
You know,
attack.
that's not really a good idea to tip the ball when you've got all these formidable blockers in front of you.
And Balse has her game face on.
Yes, she wants this.
Balse again doing it defensively.
Like a wall there. Whoa.
And TMS Army has come to life.
That was a good idea by Kotruang, but just a little bit too wide.
14 serving 19.
Steady serve, good reception.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's it.
good idea. They did see that coming. I didn't see that coming.
Creative finish by April Jose.
Learning from her mentor,
Oh yes, you mentioned it.
Nespa Millar.
Yeah. That's why, you know, volleyball fans really have to pay attention to the setters, but the call, so check ball there.
Score goes to TMS. Army Lady Troopers.
Lady Troopers down by just 5.
That's a good serve. Ooh, wide. Another giveaway.
Yung mga ganun eh, sayang eh. Mga
Oh, yeah.
small servicers, when they pile up, they can really hurt you.
And you know, I didn't expect that from Ging Balse because she's one of the best servers of the league. Well, it happens. It's Pao Soriano.
Carolino from the back line, but good dig on the other end.
Oh,
And Chicky Pablo almost reliving her
Ag-
volleyball days here at
almost.
the panel.
yeah. You know, I see myself in Kotruang.
I
That
am
was-
very thankful that I have former volleyball players as analysts. They will keep me safe
You
from
see
all
that?
these wayward attacks. Ito nga, Pierre is nodding his head in agreement.
That was a good idea by Kotruang, but it was just off a little bit.
And Kotruang senses that she can score against this TMS Army front line at will. Of course, they have very formidable blockers
You know,
up top, but Cotruang is very confident today.
yeah, you know, sometimes you watch the servers, before they serve, they look at the opposing team.
But
And then they check
Yeah.
who to give it to.
Maizo Fontillas caught napping at the back line. You know, open spikers always seem to have that sense na teka, parang ito hindi pa masyado paying attention, sa kanya ko papupuntahin ng bola.
Oo nga. Kasi mga open spikers, parang meron silang mas matagal yung oras nilang tumingin compared to spikers who do quick, sibat, 3, 4.
And I think there are technical difficulties on the bench of TMS Army.
Yeah, there are only a certain number of people allowed to be on bench.
17 serving 22. Quick setup job. Jose.
Oh, that was a powerful quick by Eulalio. Timeout tuloy.
And again, the combination play of Cagayan doing its damage. 23-17, Cagayan with the lead. And let's listen in to this timeout.
Walang tayo. Iwas error lang. Tsagain lang. Tsaga. Oo, sige lang, sige lang. Hirap-hirap yung kalaban. Puro error natin yan, no? Wala naman silang pinalo ng... Lahat naman ng pinalo nakuha natin, di ba? Sarili nating error. So, kung lang tayo. Bawi lang tayo, bawi. Ha?
You know, si Coach, Coach Rico, kalmado lang siya because he trusts his team. Ang sabi lang niya is to limit the errors because the scores that have been given to Cagayan were from their errors. So, bawi lang daw, bawi.
And that's an excellent ploy for a coach of a very experienced team. Hayaan mo sila to figure things out.
Yeah. Tsaka ano siya, kalmado lang siya, believes in his team. Here we go, April Jose with a sure serve.
Back set. Excellent attack, but dug up well. Cotruang locked up top. Maizo cuts it over and gets the score.
Did you see how she read that? Hatawin sana niya, but no, I see that spot right there. And that's where she brings it.
Went reverse on that attack, floats it over. And set point for Cagayan Valley. Wanechaya.
And that is off the block. Yeah, by Wanechaya.
Excellent opening set for Peng Wanechaya
That's
for
right.
Cagayan Army. And she's been a huge part of the comeback with the TMS Army here in the first set.
That's right. Vivalarca for the serve. Ooh, buti na lang pumasok.
You know, you need a little luck sometimes.
You know, before when I was playing,
Uh-huh.
bawal na yon. Violation na yon. So it tells you my
fortunately-
age.
No, like, that was like what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, no, a year ago.
A year ago. I'm sorry. Let's listen into this Cagayan timeout.
Depende sa receive. Sabi mo, pagka nag-alangan ng receive, pwede isigaw ang play kung anong papaluin nila, ha? Oh, pag-atake, coverage tayo. Toy, we attack, coverage. Okay? Oh, yun lang. Basta ka lang. Pag maganda receive, tuloy mo. Pag alanganin, tawagin mo yung spike mo, taas-taas mo lang, ha? Sige, sige. Isa lang yan, isa lang.
And you can see there, Nespa Millar's advice this team to stream is just coverage. Coverage. Attack sila, coverage. Kaya may kita mo magandang coverage nila eh.
Uh-huh.
So let's see how they will cover this service by Jack Alarca.
TMS Army still with a very good chance of getting back into this and taking the first set, but they have to play flawlessly in these next three sequences.
Kaya pa.
Free ball.
Nahabol.
Wanechaya went off the blocker. Jose with the back set. Maizo.
Ooh, and that was down the line.
And the first set goes to Cagayan Valley, the Lady Rising Suns, taking the first set 25-19. The second set when we return on Solar Sports. A battle between two talented and experienced teams as we look at the stats in that first set. 16 attacks by the Lady Rising Suns, 4 blocks, 2 service aces for the Lady Troopers. And for the Rising Suns, they were able to take the first set, Chicky, because of a lot of production across the board.
That's right, as you can see in the stats. there were no service errors, and the attacks, they just kept coming and coming. So I think to stop them, you really have to have a good reception. And you really have to talk in the court because kung halimbawa inaantok yung teammate mo, communication can wake her up.
We saw ladies like Juanita Cotruang, Wen Eulalio, Aiza Maizo Fontillas, who I personally think really had an excellent opening set.
That's right.
Everybody was really chipping in. Para naman dito sa TMS Army, early on, Mary Jane Base was able to introduce herself to her
That's right.
opponents. But it was Peng Wanachai who really carried the fight in that bid for a comeback.
That's right. And so let's see what they'll do, how they'll attack the second set.
What adjustments would you like to see for both teams?
I think for TMS, they should be more livelier, or they should be livelier on court, and then they should talk because I hardly see them talk. And then they also have to have, they have to look at the blockers of Cagayan. And so parang pwede nilang iwasan yung mga blockers. And then for Cagayan, you know what? They should just do what they did. Good receptions, good service. Oh man, that hit the antenna. Spoke too soon. Well, it's just the beginning, but that's a free point for TMS, Lady Troopers. Here's Tina Salak. Good reception there by Cotruang.
Maizo blocked up
Ooh.
top, but keeping it alive.
That's right.
Salak with the backhand, and finally!
And Gonzaga with a powerful spike there.
And she
Nahulog
wanted
tuloy.
that.
Nahulog si
Yeah.
Jen. That was a really powerful spike. She wanted that.
Quick set for Eulalio. Ball still in play.
Good comeback.
Wanachaya off the blocker. They tried to drop it over. TMS
But they
Army
got it. They read that.
protecting their floor. Maizo with the adjustment. Wanachaya off the blocker, gets the score.
Did you see how Maizo tried to kick the ball? That's because you could use any part of your body in volleyball.
Let's take a look at this again. Excellent anticipation by Peng Wanachaya.
That's right.
And she gets the block on the other end. Foiling that attack, and TMS Army with a 4-0 start.
TMS is saying, no, 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 this set is ours. That's a good service there.
Maizo.
Here's Maizo with another dink.
Excellent attack. Jobin and Gonzaga, 2 kills here in the second set.
That's right. Joblin Gonzaga has been awarded several times as best spiker.
And a
Masyadong
timeout
minamadali
is
yung
called
galaw.
on the floor. 5-0 lead by TMS Army.
Points lang yan, ha? So, magandang receive muna, discarte muna April, ha? Sige, okay lang, sige lang, sige lang. Sa? Tatlo sila eh. Tatlo sila ron eh. Sige, sige. Discartehan niyo
This
yan.
is just an encouragement. Coach Nes Pamilar is just encouraging his team. He was just saying, okay lang yan, sige, sige. Pag tinignan mo yung score, James, 5-0, was this parang deja vu? Nangyari to just a couple of minutes ago. Di ba nabaliktad lang? Ang Cagayan was the 5 and then TMS was the lower score. And now, nabaliktad.
Let's turn it over to courtside. Go ahead, Ricky.
Thank you very much, James. Now I asked Coach Nes Pamilar the difference between his Cagayan team now and last PSL, and he's sure this team you're watching now is closer. Mas buo daw sila ngayon. There is an abundance of teamwork on Cagayan side, and Coach Nes says this is all they need to counter TMA Army's experience and height, and hopefully they'll be able to keep it up. And lastly, did you know that there were orders from the director of the Special Service Center, Colonel Ponyo, sent to Coach Rico de Guzman and the TMS Army girls to actually win this game? Orders. There were orders. James and Chicky.
Wow. Wow.
Orders.
Orders. So they have to win this game.
It's a mission for them.
Yeah.
It's not just a game. It's more than a game. It's a mission for them. Thank you for that, Ricky. And Cagayan Valley finally waking up, getting 2 points, 2 serving 5. But that service on the second service error for Cagayan here in the second set.
which gives the TMS Lady Troopers a free point. So now it's 6 serving 2, and we have Alarka on deck. Good serve. I knew the service ace right there. Alam mo, sometimes nalalaman mo sa tunog ng bola eh.
Parang, this is good. When you...
Oo eh. Pagka-release, tas narinig mo yung tunog, nalalaman mo eh.
First service ace here in the second set for TMS Army. Soriano.
Nice toss there. She was kneeling when she was tossing, and that was a good height. Perfect.
Former Lady Falcon, Pao Soriano. She wants to put points on the board. 3 serving 7. Cagayan with a 1-0 lead against TMS Army. Juanichaya, off-tempo attack. Kotrua blocked at by Balse.
Whoa! That was unexpected. Yeah, that was a good play. That was a good play, unexpected by TMS Lady Troopers. Ooh. Oh! Her service had a spin. I thought it was going to go out, and then suddenly, bam, it hit that line.
You know, in basketball, we call that pectus.
Pectus.
Spin.
Tama. Correct.
So in volleyball, it also helps to have a little pectus.
That's right.
All right, a little English on that volleyball. Salak with the back set. Juanichaya.
Ooh, that was a good hit.
Caught the defense sleeping. And they are in the lead 8-5. Back in a moment. Maraming salamat po for joining us dito sa San Juan Arena. You're looking at some of the walking wounded of TMS Army. Certainly here in the second set, hindi pa sila masyadong namimiss because of the production of TMS Army. But they could use them back in duty, on
Can
duty.
you just imagine if they're also playing?
Sina Michelle Carolino, Angela Nuna, they could have really dominated that, especially the first set.
Oh, good save there.
Salah, quick setup job for MJ Balse.
That was a perfect toss and a perfect Chinese quick.
Combination play there. And MJ Balse throws it down.
You know, when Tina Salak really tosses the ball as quick, kay Balse, ay nako.
It's one of the prettiest plays in volleyball, that quick combination setup.
You know, it's very hard to do a quick, to toss a quick. That's why Tina Salak. Oh!
Service error, though, for TMS Army, their first year in the second set.
Ah, man, we should avoid service errors.
6 serving 9.
Maizo.
Juanichaya diving for that. And TMS Army is on a roll. Michelle Carolino and Jovelyn Gonzaga on deck to serve.
You know, when we were playing, we were always told by our coaches never to receive a powerful spike with just one hand because you can have no control of it.
Kaso yung push shot nito si MJ Balse was just a little short.
Yeah, sayang.
Giving a free point to Cagayan, the Lady Rising Suns. 7 serving 10 here in the second set.
Here we have Pao on deck. Good serve.
Salak
Good
with the setup.
toss.
Carolino goes down the line and gets the score.
You know how else you'll know if it's a good toss? If the ball is not spinning on its way to the spiker. If you can read Mikasa, that's a good toss.
11 serving 7. TMS Army looking to take the second set. Balse, powerful serve. Good reception. Kotruang.
Whoa! Powerful hit by Kotruang.
And Juanichaya, Kotruang. 7 attacks, 2 blocks, 1 service ace for TMS Army. Like what Ricky Flores reported earlier, the coaching staff nitong TMS Army really expecting big things from Peng.
That's right. We have Carolino.
Eulalio challenging the defense.
Ooh.
Carolino off speed. but
Good set.
dug well. Good rally developing. Another open attack.
Wow.
But Eulalia almost
but she
missed it.
saved it.
Ball still in play. Look at these ladies go. Sang Wang. Sala.
That's good.
Carolino.
Wow, there's a wrong rally.
Sala looking for an
It's
opening.
still alive.
Reyes gives it back. Sala, quick setup job.
Oh,
Lady Rising Suns keeping it alive. Who will get the kill? Ball still in play.
oh my goodness.
Here's Sang Wang.
I can't speak.
Carolino puts it up.
Oh,
And finally gets the score.
that was a wrong rally. That was a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is PSL Superliga Volleyball.
I think we'll have more of long rallies here in this game.
Best one we have seen so far.
That's right.
Attack from the back line. Kotruang. Wanichaya
Oh,
caught the defense snapping once again. She has an excellent sense of who to attack and in what situation.
you know what? She just reads. She just reads the players. So, but you know, I noticed lang, Isa Maizo was receiving that overhead. So,
Little adjustment on the part
Yeah.
of Isa Maizo probably needed.
right, that's right.
Here's Eulalio,
Oh.
blocked up top, or actually hit the net.
Yeah.
It's too low. Point goes to TMS Army. They are up 14-8.
That's right. They're on a roll now. With Carolina serving again. Nice reception.
Back set. Eulalio,
Oh, it's
ball
over.
still alive.
Nice.
Sang Wang, powerful
Oh, it's
attack.
alive. Cool regalo pero nasagot.
Setup job by Jose. But a net, mid-court violation, I think. Pumasok yung paa underneath the net. And TMS Army with another point, 15-8, looking excellent here in the second set. Carolino on deck to serve.
Good serve. But it's still alive.
Sala, quick setup job, blocked by Sang Wang. Wanichaya off the blocker.
Buhay, buhay.
Maizo keeping it alive. Here's Sang Wang. And finds an opening in the defense and gets the score. Cagayan Valley looking to come back.
That was a really good hit by Sang Wang. And although Jovin Gonzaga was there, it was just too powerful.
Sometimes there's just no substitute for good old-fashioned power.
Yes. That's why you need those blockers.
Wanichaya off speed.
Oh!
Maizo tried to
that
drop
is-
it off, but short.
That was a good idea, but it didn't go in.
16-9 at TMS Army in the lead. Action is definitely picked up here in the second set. Isa Maizo, the rest of Cagayan Valley, the Lady Rising Suns looking to catch up against Jovelyn Gonzaga and the rest of TMS Army, who have a 16-9 lead. Both teams picking up the activity level as seen in that very long rally that we just
That's
witnessed.
right. Because TMS, Lady Troopers, they want the set, but the Cagayan are really stopping them. No, 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 saying you can't get the set.
Wanichaya finds an opening at the back line.
Yeah, you know, that's a very hard area to cover. So kailangan mabilis. Mabilis dapat lagi sa area na yan.
And for an open spiker, the challenge as well is to find for that opening sometimes while
That's
you're
right.
in mid-air.
That's right. You have adjustments even when you're in midair.
17-10, 7-point lead for TMS Army. Cagayan with a serve.
Here's Eulalio with a sure serve. And that's
Trying
a
to
good
go off the
hit.
blocker. Jose, jump set. Soriano almost getting it.
Good adjustment there by
Sang Wang,
Jose.
check ball, gets the score.
And they're slowly catching up.
At ito yung nabanggit sa huddle nila kanina, 1 point at a time.
That's right. Easy lang. Another serve again by Eulalia. Good serve.
A little spin on that. Wanichaya.
Nice,
Excellent
good
dig by
receive,
Cotruan.
yeah.
Back set. Maizo blocked the top.
Oh.
And Peng Wanichaya doing it
Yeah.
at the net as well.
That was a good block by Panichaya.
Uupo muna si Yuki Murakoshi in favor of Mary Jean Balse. 18 serving 11 here in the second set.
Here we have Alarka on deck. She'll serve.
Good sharp one, but good reception. They set up Soriano, just too strong on that one.
Yeah, she was just a little bit under the ball when she hit that. We have Alarka again.
You know, yung ganun mga attack, in placement of your hand is
Yes.
also very important.
Correct. Kailangan binabasa mo rin kung kailan bumababa yung bola.
And speaking of good basa, maganda yung basa dito ng
Oo.
Cagayan Valley. They knew that was going long.
That's right. You know, they say, right, that if the ball is chest upwards, it's out.
Salak with the jump set. Wanichaya finds the defense, sleeping this time.
Power hit there. So we have her on deck to serve.
And she's really shining for TMS Army, talking about Peng Wanichaya.
They really want this set. Ooh.
Manages to get it in. Back set. Maizo finds an opening for the score.
Si Maizo talagang maasahan mo to sa mga kills na ganon.
She will get a well-deserved breather.
Yeah, she needs to rest.
And making her debut for Cagayan Valley, Lizette Dawes, who played for PLDT last conference, is now making her first appearance in a Cagayan Valley Lady Rising Suns uniform. 13 serving 20.
It's a good serve.
Quick
Good
setup job for
distraction.
Balse.
Nice toss.
Cotruan off speed. Carolino.
Nice. Ooh. That was a double. See, mahirap talagang tosser Lalo na pag hindi maganda yung reception, that happens, double. You get called for that.
TMS Army in great position. Take this set if they play flawlessly
Nice.
in the next few
Ooh.
sequences, but miscommunication.
Miscommunication there. Nice. Bumawi.
Carolino finds an opening, attacking the defense of Benito to get the point. Check ball, says our game officials. 22-13, TMS Army with the lead, and we will listen in
Sige lang.
on this timeout.
Masyado lang tayo nagpabayaan ng una Naka-relax tayo Ha? So dandahan lang, hindi pa tapos 22 pa lang yan. Okay? Nawala yung sigla sa loob. Hindi kayo nag-uusap-usap sa loob. So, ha? Walang usap sa loob, mag-usap-usap kayo. Sige. Balik kaya isa.
And so, you know, the Coach Nespa Millar's advice to his team is to communicate. Important yan. Wala daw yung signales nila sa loob ng court. Importante yan. So, sige lang daw. Dahil 22 lang yan. Kaya pang humabol.
Eyes on Maizo will be making her return, as well as April Jose. Which is a good adjustment because TMS Army scored a couple of points when
That's
Maizo
right.
went down, or when Maizo went to the bench. Jelvin and Gonzaga, 4 attacks
Yeah.
for TMS Army.
Kasi si Aizen Maizo, stabilizer siya Pag nandyan siya sa court, parang everybody's okay. Kampante. Nice. Good return there, even if it was a bad reception. First.
Balse. Jose, cross-court setup. Cotruan.
Whoa.
Gonzaga, excellent dig. Attack for the back line. Wanichaya.
Nice.
Cotruan.
Good
Tried to
save
split
there.
the blockers. Good rally developing. Maizo. Carolino finally goes down the line and
Down
gets
the
the point.
line. Sa zone 1 na yan, pamatay din yung zone 1 na yan Kasi most often than not, naiiwanan yung zone 1 So here we go with Jodin Gonzaga. Serving.
The orders are clear for TMS Army. Get the kill, get the point, get the set. Carolino blocked up top by Soriano. Setup job for Balse. Excellent dig, keeping the ball alive. Cotruang, binalik muna bola. Salak floats it over. Quick setup job, Soriano blocked up top. Oh!
Nice try though. Good teamwork, team effort there.
And the spacing as well of TMS Army, always in the right place at the right time.
Nagising na sila eh. Parang okay, that's it. Let's all wake up. And that's what we're seeing here in the second set. Here we go.
Carolino, strong attack. A bit too strong.
A
Point
bit too
goes
strong.
to Cagayan Valley. Eulalia will be making her return. 10-point lead for TMS Army. Couple of substitutions as well.
Yep.
Soriano will rest.
And Vargas is going to take her position.
Rosemary Vargas, formerly from Far Eastern University, in the game for Cagayan Valley. She is on
Good
deck to serve.
Good serve, good toss.
Back set, Gonzaga almost gets it. Eulalio off speed.
Oh, that's over.
Jump set, Jose. Cotruang, binalik muna bola. Juanechaya from the back line. Ball still in play. Excellent dig. Salak puts it over.
Awesome! That was an awesome dink.
And Salak finding an opening in the defense, taking the second set. TMS Army 25-14. Third set in just a moment. Action is heating up here in the San Juan Arena. Cagayan Valley taking the opening set, but TMS Army getting the second set. As you look at the stats in set number 2.
That's right. You can see with the Lady Rising Suns had 8 attacks, 0 blocks, and 1 serve. The Lady Troopers had 14 attacks, 3 blocks, and 1 service.
Mukhang na-realize ng Lady Troopers yung mission nila. Parang they played with a sense of urgency. That second set, more aggressive.
Oh, 14 attacks. Kailangan na daw. Kailangan na. Siguro na-remember nila yung mandate sa kanilang
Commanding officer.
commanding officer.
Yes. Set number 3 here. Key adjustments being sent in. Looking at the imports of both squads. Tina Salak on deck to serve for TMS Army. Another service error.
Goodness. That was a free point for Cagayan Rising Suns. And we have April Jose serving.
Yuki with a good reception. Jump set. Juanechaya going up high and down hard.
Wow! Siguro kulang blocker yun. It's a really super front line.
Look at the air and look at the hang time. And let's turn it over to courtside with Ricky Flores.
Now, I know you'll agree with me, James and Chicky, when I say that whoever puts their best foot forward in this set will dictate the pace of the rest of the game. But just so you know what's in it for Coach Rico and TMS Army, their last win against Coach Ness and the Cagayan Valley Rising Suns was July 26, 2013 during the semis of the first ever PSL. They've gone up against each other 3 more times after that, but TMS Army never won again. So you can just imagine the fuel they're playing on right now, James and Chicky.
Excellent report,
wow.
Ricky. Thank you. But nakikita mo, of course, those things you never forget if you're a player.
That's right. Kailangan kung matalo, bumawi agad. Bawi sa next game. Ooh.
You could feel the gigil of Cotruang on that attack.
That's right.
And the officials say check ball. Basi said, and Juanechaya saying they never touched it.
And the referee is saying no, that goes to Cagayan. The point goes to Cagayan.
All tied up at 2 here in the third set. Cagayan with the service.
Oh!
Balse with the
Oh,
adjustment.
wow! Did you see that? She was gonna do a quick, and then she missed it, and then she tipped it in.
You know, knowing MJ Balse, she probably did it on purpose.
Ang
Fake with the
galing.
right, fake with the
Oh,
right,
that-
and then finish with the left. Well, why
Correct.
not? Why not? You can jump high, you're tall, you can finish any way you want. You're MJ frickin' Balse.
Oh.
But another service error, giving another 3 point to Cagayan Valley. Second service error for TMS Army. Here's the third set.
Cotruang with a good serve.
Balse, off
Balse
speed.
asking for it.
And the veteran looking to take over. Free ball
Free
here.
ball.
Gonzaga with
That
an
was a
authoritative kill.
A running spike there.
Literally came
Full
out of nowhere.
force. Full force right there.
Let's take a look at this again.
Wham! There you
Came
go.
out of the right side and then finished down the middle.
Ang hirap basahin ni Jovin because she's left-handed eh. Nice pancake. Nice save.
Jose with a setup job. Soriano almost getting it. Salak, back set. Balse for the score.
Oh, buhay
almost
pa,
the
buhay
score.
pa.
Here's Gonzaga. Wanichaya for the back line.
Wow. A hit like that from the back line, she's got a great arm.
And she is getting a lot of fans for here at the San Juan Arena, all the way from the back line and finding an opening. TMS Army up by 2. Miscommunication on the part of Cagayan Valley.
Hindi nakagalaw kasi si Cotruang because Jen Reyes fell right in front of her. So she was going, help, help!
Again, in communication, you need to ask people.
That's right. Never be ashamed to call for help.
Soriano almost getting it. Back set, Balse. Challenging that back line defense and getting the score.
And she had fun with that hit.
The TMS Army gaining more confidence as the game goes on.
I think they're having fun now. That's very key.
And that, yeah, that's an excellent point. When you're having fun, the game comes easier.
That's right. Your game comes out.
Carolino blocked by Maizo. Challenges her again. And denied for the second time.
There was a violation committed by TMS, so the ball goes to Cagayan.
3-point lead for TMS Army. 4 serving 7.
Ooh.
Service error, first one for Cagayan Valley. 4-8 is the score. Back in a moment. When you talk about volleyball fans, the country has some of the best. And they are here at the San Juan Arena enjoying 2013 Philippine Superliga Grand Prix action. Cagayan Valley Rising Suns against TMS Army. Peng Wanichaya making a good account of herself here in this game. 4-point lead for TMS Army. Gonzaga trying to chase it down. The point goes to Cagayan Valley.
She tried to run after that ball, but may nakaharang kasi. Hindi tuloy nahabol. Here we go. We've got Pao Soriano on deck.
Wanichaya, excellent reception. And look at the
She did it
creativity.
again.
Going reverse, Tina Salak.
Parang surprise! Surprisein ko kayo.
You know, she's making a habit out of this.
I know.
Dropping it off, you know, catching the defense off tempo, off
But
their
you can't
guard.
really tell if she's gonna do it because her back is against you.
Low set here. And powerful attack for Cagayan.
That was a check ball, so it goes to Cagayan.
Pachare Sangwan on deck to serve. 3-point deficit being chased by Cagayan.
Nice.
Wanichaya off speed. Free ball. Salah drops it off, but that time read by April Jose.
That's right. She was ready for that, but not for that block.
And Salah with the first block and a score for TMS Army here in the third set. They are up by 4, 10-6.
That's what's good about having a tall tosser. She can dink, she can block.
Cross-court set. Powerful attack. And Chicky Pablo
And it
almost
hit my
with
hand.
an excellent reception to the delight of Ricky Flores here at courtside.
Oh, actually ready ako dun eh.
Guys, I'm still alive. If anybody's curious, I'm still alive. It's all good.
Here we go. Jacalarca.
Gonzaga keeping it alive. Jose with a back set. Maizo blocked up top by Wanechaya. Maizo again, off speed. Back set. Gonzaga gets the score.
Gonzaga stops that rally.
11-7, TMS Army with the lead.
And you can hear Coach Nes Pamilar shouting, encouraging the team. Here we go. We've got Jacalarca again, serving.
That one too long.
Yun, may pectus ulit yun.
Oh, it was in. A service ace for TMS Army.
That's right.
First one here in the third set.
They thought it was going to go out, pero because of that spin, it hit the line.
If it's too strong, how do you chase it? When you're back against the net?
If you chase what, the service?
Yeah, if it seems too strong but you're not too sure, you want to chase it down.
You just really have to follow the ball to be sure.
Wanechaya is denied. Another chance for them. Salah, back set this time. Balse.
Nice toss.
Wanechaya challenging the back line. Open hit. Excellent point for Cagayan Valley. Juanita Cotruang coming out of nowhere and getting the point. And a timeout is going to be called by Cagayan Valley. Let's listen in.
So walang sigla, wala rin kabuhay-buhay sa loob. Kaya hindi kayo nag-uusap-usap. Tapos ang service natin, pinamimigay na lang natin. Hindi katulad ganyan, mas malakas ang mga service natin. Okay? Pero ano mo, pag galawin mo yung spiker mo, hindi yung dulo-dulo lang. Pag nagdulo-dulo, madaling abangan ng blocker yan. Ha? Sige lang, mag-isip ba? Dumiskarte ka. Sige lang.
Okay, there you have it. Coach Nes Pamilar saying, oh, buhay, buhay. Yung services natin, kulang sa power. Pinamimigay na lang natin yung services natin. And he also told the tosser, April Jose, to distribute. And now we've got attacks by Cotruang, 8 attacks, 1 block, 0 serves. But Luang Tong Lang had 12 attacks and 2 blocks, 1 serve.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You read all that effortlessly.
Oh, I can read.
No, but you know, these imports have really proven themselves worthy of the pressure and expectation put on them by their home clubs.
That's right. Performing. Wow, that was a good receive.
Cross-court setup. Jose Cotruang, too long in that one. Point goes to TMS Army. And the veteran team, TMS Army, looking good here in set number 3.
And you know, the veterans, yun yung okay sa kanila, yung parang hindi sila, they don't get shaken easily, they're relaxed, okay lang yan. Kaya now, they're 14-7, the
You know,
score.
dog days like this, mainit. Parang diesel tuloy itong TMS Army, needing time to really get their game going.
Yeah.
As Peng Wanechaya goes off the blocker.
And I think they have their game going right now with Wanechaya for a kill. That was off the block.
It helps to have an almost sure source of points.
Yeah. Confident yung ano mo eh. Actually, Tina Salak has a really good set of spikers here, attackers. Ooh. A free point there for Cagayan. As I was saying, ang dami niyang pagpipilian na spikers eh.
It's like a buffet table for you.
That's right.
A lot of options for you.
Oh. You've got the steak, the sushi, and the salad.
Ah, the sushi. Here's Salah finding Pasa this time. taking full advantage of her weapons. Tina Salak finding Mary Jane Pause for the score, 16-8. Back in a moment. Like you mentioned, Chicky, when you have a veteran team that enjoys playing with each other, when they finally have fun with it, they are a pretty scary team to watch.
Yeah.
And TMS Army looking good here in the third set as we look at the battle of the liberos. Excellent digs going the way of Yuki Murakoshi.
That's right, and she's got 11 excellent digs, considering that the coach said she was still adjusting to the climate, since in Japan it's winter and here it's summer. It's hot here.
Excellent attack by Cagayan Valley. Who says we can't have fun with the game?
That's right.
And on cue, Yuki Murakoshi coming back in for more floor defense.
For more floor defense. Did you know that in Japan she was a setter, former setter? That's why she calls herself a defensive setter.
Wow. First time I've heard that.
Yeah, it's just that she didn't grow taller, so she was transferred into being a libero.
Tina Salak talking to her team. Bilisan nyo naman.
And you know,
Bilisan nyo naman.
they have their own high five.
Trickling the twine there, Carolino. Free ball. Salak with the setup. Carolino blocked up top. Salak one more time. Wenichaya. And Cagayan Valley protecting their floor. Another free ball. Salak, quick setup job.
It's alive!
And look at that, trickling the twine.
They're tricking each other. Sa hulog.
This is playground volleyball that we are watching here at the San Juan Arena.
This is not your ordinary hit volleyball. Pautakan to eh. Volleyball talaga, utakan din yun eh.
That is Pinoy Discarte at its finest.
Awesome to watch.
Powerful hit. Aiza Maizo.
Sabi ni Maizo, tama na, tama na. Kami
And
naman.
earlier it was Peng Wenichaya who got Maizo sleeping on defense. Now it's the other way around.
Oo, sabi niya, ganon, ha? Here we go, Maizo with a good serve.
Salak dropping it off.
Power dig.
I have lost count of how many points Tina Salak has scored because of those off-tempo
Because of
attacks.
those, that's right. Oh, the crowd favorite right now.
And the crowd coming to life. Rachel Andakis, former Queen Tamaraw, has come into the game for TMS Army. And this is when you know the cavalry is here.
Yes. Game Balse. Good serve.
Dakis throws it up. Jose with a cross-court set. And that was out of bounds. Point goes to TMS Army. And now we will see how this all-star front line of Salak, Rachel Andakis, and Peng Wenichaya will work together. Tina Salak, 4 attacks, 1 block for TMS Army. A 10-point lead for the Lady Troopers. Timeout is called. Let's listen in.
O tsaka niya, taas-taas yun lang, di bali na yan. Kaya natin yung susunod. Para magpading, ha? Sige. So, wala kasing usap sa loob eh. Tsaka patay ng patay yung galaw nyo sa loob. Ayaw nyo magsalita, ayaw nyo mag-usap-usap. Ha? Tapos wala kayo sa tamang posisyon. Pwesto sa tama, ha?
Coach Ness encourages his team once again to communicate because nawawala daw sila sa pwesto nila. You know, when you communicate, you get to remind your teammates, uy, dun ka, urong ka dun. Okay, lapit ka dito. So they need to communicate more. Good service, good reception.
Pao Soriano up high and down hard.
That was a good hit there. Went through the block.
Rachel Andakis, I saw her trying to warm up earlier, jogging up and down the court. Let's see if she's ready to roll.
Ooh,
Alarca,
pancake there.
ball still alive. Cotruang with the attack. Alarca, one more time, no go. TMS Army protecting their floor. Yuki with a great dig. Dakis, finally!
She seems to say, hey guys, I'm here with that spike.
Here she
Yes.
comes to save the day. Rachel Andakis getting her first point of the game.
And people do recognize she's here.
#21 serving 11. Rachel Andakis on deck.
Good reception there. That was a little bit too low for April Jose. Kaya important ang reception eh. Bad reception equals bad toss equals bad attack.
Yeah. All starts with that.
Yes.
Kaya naman yung mga coaches talagang cannot emphasize that enough. Receive muna, receive muna.
Right, that's right. Regalo.
Reyes keeping it alive. And Pierre with an excellent save here at the
Good
baseline.
job, Pierre.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Sang Muang too strong on that one.
We have Pachari serving for Cagayan.
Kailangan makita ko yung skills pa ni Pierre as we go on para mas confident ako. Pag malayo sa yung bola, as Wanechaya getting another score.
That's right.
Just really the bright spot for TMS Army throughout the first 2 sets, 3 sets.
Tina Salak with a solid serve.
Excellent dig by Yuki. Peng Wanechaya off speed. Yuki Monokoshi, another excellent dig.
That was a powerful attack, but no, Yuki says.
Off speed. Will it be check ball? Yes, it is. And TMS Army saying, no, we did not touch it, but the officials say it was check ball. Jovelyn Gonzaga can only scratch her head, but you have to play on. You have to play on despite the calls not going your way.
Yeah, bawi na lang.
Jump set for Sara. Gonzaga.
Sabi tuloy ni Gonzaga, ganon, eto sa inyo. Ayan. A point for TMS. Lady Troopers.
Mary Jane Pausa coming back. Let's look at this instant replay. Jovelyn Gonzaga with so much fury.
Linihis pa niya eh. Linihis pa niya yung spike niya eh.
Running attack. Effective.
Oh, wow. Zone 1.
And Kotruang trying to match Peng Wanechaya.
But at
April
the
Jose
time,
on deck to serve. Set point for TMS Army. And they take the third set. TMS Army having fun with it and taking the third set 25-14. Set number 4 brought to you by Solar Sports when we return. Set number 3 taken by TMS Army. The Lady Rising Suns are in a ditch as we look at the numbers of set number 3.
Yes, you can see the Lady Troopers had 16 attacks compared to the Lady Rising Suns who only had 7. And the blocks, they were tied at 1, 2 service errors for the Lady Troopers and 0 for Cagayan.
For you, Chicky, what went the way of the Lady Troopers in that third set?
You know what? They were just really having fun. They were just having fun. I think that's key because when you're having fun, you get to talk, you get to laugh, you get to enjoy the game. And for the Cagayan Rising Suns, I think they need to communicate more, just like what Coach Ness said. Para kasing tumahimik sila sa court eh.
Rachel Andakis' entry, of course, in the game boosted the morale of the Lady Troopers.
That's right.
So aside from really getting to play loose, they had another dimension to their game with Rachel Andakis entering the floor as Wanechaya continues her scoring ways.
That's right. Alam mo, nadadala din ng players when they hear the cheerers in the seats, in the arena, cheering for you. You know, that weighs a lot for a player.
Look at the leading scorers, Maizo Fontiles with 9 and Luang Tong Lang with 14. Sala keeping it alive. Gonzaga attacking the floor defense. and getting the score.
Jen Reyes tried to get that, but babawi na lang siya. Good serve by Tina Salak.
Cross-court setup. Soriano off the blocker. Ball still in play. Wanechaya. Great dig by Jen Reyes. Oh, but went out of bounds. Too strong.
It was just too strong for her.
And Wanechaya. I'm sure all of the Lady Troopers fans now know her name.
Yeah.
Know what she can do.
Here we go.
Soriano from the left flank. Salak back set. Gonzaga lefty attack, blocked up top.
Blocked by Sang Wang of Cagayan.
First block of the third set for Cagayan Valley. One serving three.
Gwyneth Eulalio on deck. Good serve.
Wanechaya.
Wanechaya again.
Quick setup job. And Alarca gets the score. This is a different TMS Army team compared to that squad that we saw in the first set.
That's right. Now the score is 4 serving 1. Alarca serving. Oh,
That one too strong, giving
Too
a free
strong.
point to Cagayan Valley. First service error of the third set for TMS Army.
De Los Santos is now inside the court for Cagayan.
Sandra De Los Santos, MVP
Yeah.
of one of the collegiate leagues
Correct.
here in the country. But Wanechaya says, it doesn't matter where you're MVP, on this court, I am the queen.
Wanechaya wants this set. She wants to
She
win
wants
this
this game.
That's right.
She's tall, she's talented, and she's hungry. Peng Wanechaya with
Nice
a service.
adjustment.
Cotruan, blocked up top by Balse. Double team, Balse, Gonzaga. Inilihis mula sa blocker. Ball still in play. Gonzaga blocked up top by De Los Santos. Dakis off speed and gets the score.
She saw that hole in the middle right there and so adjusted her spike.
She's a veteran. Rachel and Dakis.
Parang she looks at the court before she hits the ball. And then she checks, okay, may butas ba? Saan ang butas?
And that's just almost a split second for you.
That's right.
That's why decision making is important. As Cotruang is denied. Soriano, powerful hit.
Alam mo, si Pao kasi yung katawan niya naka-face diagonally. But when she hit that ball, diretso. Kaya nagulat dun si Yuki eh.
3-point lead for TMS Army as you look at the successful and volley serves of both teams. Bounce it down the middle.
Almost all the time, Balsa is given a quick, she gets a kill.
Momentum has clearly shifted towards the Lady Troopers' favor.
Gonzaga serving.
Jose with the back set. De Los Santos denied up top.
Oh, wow.
TMS Army is on a roll. They lead 8-3. What a sequence here for TMS Army. And Cagayan will be forced, this will be a technical timeout on the floor for us. Back in a moment. Some of the fans of Rachel Dakis going crazy. Not just because of Rachel's performance on the court, but the whole team of TMS Army looking every bit or nothing like the team that played in the first set.
I know, parang fiesta dito sa arena. Gising na gising, buhay na buhay. The TMS Army Lady Troopers.
Soriano almost lost that ball. Cotruang from the back line. Great dig by Gonzaga. Here's Dakis. Off the blocker, gets almost
it's
getting
still
the score.
alive.
Free ball
It
here.
goes over.
Balse
Whoa!
with authority.
Did you see her face? Akin to, sabi niya.
When she grits her teeth,
Yeah.
get out of the way.
That's right.
9-3. TMS Army on deck to serve. Let's turn it over to courtside. Go ahead, Ricky.
Now, despite the intense action here in the arena, you guys are probably wondering about how both teams communicate with their imports from Thailand and Japan. Coach Ness has actually developed and is relying on a set of special hand signals to communicate instructions, while Coach Ricos is a little bit more high-tech. He types the entire phrase he wants on an online translator and shows his two imports. But going back to this game, Coach Ness noticed that his team isn't really moving comfortably in the court and his players aren't as noisy as he would like, so he's switching up the offense a bit to bypass TMS Army's tall blockers. James and Chicky?
And while Ricky was reporting, Cotruan got a score. But when Chaya too strong at that, and as Ricky was saying, communication, especially with their imports, if language is a barrier, you have to find ways to offset that.
Like technology.
Yeah.
I'd like to get one of those.
I think there's a website, freetranslation.com.
All right.
I think. So maybe we can check it out
Yeah,
later.
we'll check that out.
6-point lead for TMS Army.
Ting Balse with a sure serve.
Cotruan.
Cotruan.
Ball still in play. They go to Cotruan again. Blocked up top by Sala. Setup job. Cotruan almost caught the defense off guard. And Rachel